Hey guys, this is your review sheet for your quiz 7.6. First two should be pretty quick, straight up calculated problems, so you'll not have to show work tomorrow. All you have to do is literally type in verbatim what you see here, which is 256, caret to the 3/4. So 3 divided by 4, you hit enter, this is 64. Alright, let's go to 2. This is the cube root. Cube roots are under math, and it is the fourth selection. Put in -8, hit enter, then I'm going to raise that to the fourth power. So it looks like positive 16 for number 2. Okay. Moving down to 3. 3 is also a calculator problem. Looks like we're doing the fifth root. Now to get fifth root, I type 5, math, in the fifth selection. And then I'm going to type 19. And then I'll raise that to the sixth power. This is 34.237. I now have to round this to the nearest hundred. So that would be here. So that rounds up to 4. So 34.24. Okay. And moving down to solve your equations, we're again rounding to 2 decimal places. I'll have to move my calculator out of the way so you can actually see the work. And eventually I'll go back to the calculator and type it in. So I'm going to do 19 minus 8. And 19 minus 8 here is 11. And then I'm going to add 8 over. To get 5x to the 4th equals 19. Divide by 5. To get x to the 4th equals 19 fifths. We'll raise that to the 4th root. So it's going to be plus or minus. Let's see what we get here. We have 19 divided by 4. Was it 5? 5. And then I'm going to have the 4th root of that. So I'm going to do the 4th root of the 4th root of 3.8, which looks like 1.40. Okay, do not have to do the check at this point. Directions don't ask us for it. Right, so I'm going to move right along. Subtract 10, get -37 equals 8x to the 3rd. We're going to divide by 8. And I'm going to have x to the 3rd equals -37 over 8. We're going to cube root this. We're going to cube root this. I have math 4. And then I'm going to have -37 divided by 8. Okay. And again, we got to round this to the nearest hundredth, so this x value is -1.67. Okay. So there's your first 5. Moving down here, that was an odd root, so notice there was only one answer. Didn't need a positive, negative. Here comes 6 and 7. And 6. This is like the ones we did the day prior. Subtract 37, we get 4 times x plus 5 squared equals 196. We're going to divide this by 4, and we'll get x plus 5 squared equals 49. And then we're going to square root both sides, so x plus 5 equals plus or minus 7. It's an even root, so we need positive -7. So x plus 5 equals 7, and x plus 5 equals -7. So subtract 5, we'll get 2. And subtract 5, we'll get -12. Alright. There we go with 7 a while. It's very like the number 6, except I don't have a plus or minus, so we divide by 2. X minus 9 to the 5th equals positive 32. Now we're taking the 5th root to get rid of that 5th power. 5th root of 32 is 2. We're going to add 9, so x is 11. Right, so that's the front. Let's go on to the back. The back is going to require a little more time, just because it's a more demanding type of problem. So 2 decimal places still, but now we have to check our solutions. So starting with number 8. Subtract 10 over 9x to the 2/3 equals 33. We're going to divide by 9. I'm going to go ahead and reduce that to be 11 over 3. And now I'm going to raise this to the reciprocal of 2/3. So I'm going to raise this to the 3 over 2. I'm going to raise this to the 3 over 2. So that's an even root, so I need plus or minus. I need my calculator here. So we're taking 11 divided by 3. And we're raising that to the 3 over 2. All right, so we're looking at plus or minus 7.02. As far as our check goes, go back to the original. Here's my first one. And I'm going to have to do this again because I have two answers I have to check. And my first one, I'm going to plug in positive 7.02. My second time, I'll do negative 7.02. So let's go ahead and start with the positive 7.02. Put that to the 2/3, and then hit enter. And now I'm going to multiply that by 9. So I'm looking at 32. Hold on. So I'm looking at 32.99645 and some change. And if I add 10 to that, I'm at 42.99645. Now remember, we rounded to the nearest tenth. So if you clearly round this to the nearest tenth, you're going to end up with 43 equals 43. So this one's good. Positive one's okay. Let's do our negative one. Okay, so the negative one is, now I'm going to type in negative 7.02. Since I already have it here, I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to put a negative in here. So I can insert negative. So you see I still get a positive 3.66 like last time, times 9. All right, so I'm still looking at this value being 32.99645. That's plus 10 again. And of course, this is going to be 42.99645, which would round right to 43. So yeah, they're still equal. Both of these work. So there's number 8. Okay. So moving on, going down here to 9. Notice that the square root is by itself. That's what we want. We always want the radical by itself. So when we square it, this is a lot easier to do. So this is x minus 3 times x minus 3 equals 4x. This is x squared minus 3x plus 9 equals 4x. So this will be x squared minus 6x plus 9. And I'm going to subtract 4x over to get the following. Now, since my leading coefficient is 1, I can go ahead and put my x's in. Minus plus is minus minus. And we're doing our factors that multiply to be 9. So which pair make 10? That would be 1 and 9. So x minus 1 equals 0. X minus 9 equals 0. So this is x is 1. And this is x is 9. As far as checking, we would have 1 minus 3 times the square root of 4 times 1. In the second check, I now have 9 minus 3 equals 4 times 9 under the square root. So this one here, 6, equals the square root of 36, because 4 times 9 is 36. 6 equals to 6, and that one works. So he's good to go. Now, 1 minus 3 is negative 2. 4 times 1 is 4. Then we take the square root of 4, which is 2. So these clearly do not equal. So he would be an extraneous solution. Okay? Moving down here. This is one of the hardest problems here, number 10. Pi will take up the most time. I will do quadratic formula even though it is factorable. Okay, but remember, isolate the square root and then square it. It's already by itself, so I'm just going to square both sides. Get negative 2x squared minus 23x plus 21 equals x squared minus 5x plus 25. I'm foiling this. So what I'm going to have here is I'm going to add 2x squared over. That's going to give me 3x squared. This is negative 10x plus 23x. So 23x minus 10x is 13x I'm going to subtract 21 from 25 to get positive 4. So at this point, I'm not sure if I can factor this, so I would say the safest bet is to go to quadratic formula. So A is 3, B is 13, C is 4. So quadratic formula would be negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared, which would be 169, minus 4 times a times c. This is all over 2 times a. So, a little bit of rewriting here. 169. 12 times 4 is 48. Over 2 times 3, which is 6. This will be negative 13 plus or minus the 121 under the square root. And the square root of 121 is 11. So now I'm at the point where I'm going to do, okay, I have two answers. One is negative 13 plus 11, all divided by 6. So that's negative 2, 6. Which is negative 1/3. My second solution will come from x equals negative 13 minus 11 all over 6. And that would be negative 24 divided by 6, which is negative 4. So I have two answers to check. Those are the two. So, do the check. I apologize. The first one is a lot of writing. So I got negative 23 times negative 1/3 plus 21 equals negative 1/3 minus 5. So, this will be negative 2 times 1/9. This will be plus 23/3 plus 21. And this will be negative 5 and 1/3. So this will be negative 2/9. And this will be 69/3. And this would be 63/3. And this would be negative 16 over 3. Converting everything over. Okay. Hope I didn't slip up on anything. Alright, so this will be what? 132 minus that would be 130. Oh dear. I did slip up. Go back 3 units. No, too far. Mistake is here. This fraction, and it's over 9. So I need to do 9 times 21, which would be 189 over 9. Now, so this would be 240 plus another 18. 258 minus 2 is 256 over 9. Sorry about the buzzer. Square root of, okay, square root of 256 is 16. Square root of 9 is 3. And is positive 16/3 equal to negative 16/3? Nope. So this is extraneous. Now the next one's not going to be nearly as difficult. So I have negative 2 times negative 4 squared minus 23 times negative 4 plus 21. And then I'm going to have equals negative 4 minus 5, which is negative 9. So I'm already finished over here. That's easy. On the left side, this is 16 times negative 2, negative 32. Negative times negative is positive, and that will be 92. All right, so 92 and 32 make 60. 60 plus 21 is 81. And the square root of 81 is 9. And 9 again is not equal to negative 9. So we have a second extraneous solution. So there is no solution. This one would be your conclusion. And if you check it graphically, that's true as well, because they never meet. Okay? I wonder if I actually still have that. Nope, that's another problem. Okay, so there's number 10. I have to go ahead and get the last one in here quick. Give me a sec. Okay, ladies and gents, sorry about the quick rush, but notice I separated these and then I raised them to the fourth. You should get 3 and it will check out. Good luck on the quiz, ladies and gentlemen.